Hey, how you doing, Neverland? Pinky's up. I missed you. That's a nice fresh cup right there. Excuse me a second. What a song. Good cover. Good cover. Especially by a guy that actually sang on Enigma's albums. Sweet. Everybody's favorite good guy today. Superman. Superman. Wearing, I'm kind of a big deal, Superman t-shirt right now. Had a subject in mind for this one. I'm going to talk directly to you. If you were ever made to feel inadequate, if you were ever overshadowed, if you were ever not listened to when you know you were right, this one's for you. It comes straight from my heart. I can relate. Now let's turn around back on me because now it's relatable to me. It really sucks. I'm going to watch my language because I feel I have to be respectful here. So, sharing my thoughts and feelings, heaven forbid. And to me it's kind of sad because I'm doing this on the internet. We'll get to that. If you're ever made to feel small, say if you're, I don't know, you're having a conversation and you're talking about a certain relative subject and you're talking to, say, one person or a group of people, doesn't really matter, and you get cut off. Especially when you feel so strongly about something that you have to express it. You have to express it. Like almost OCD have to express it. I'm not making light of people that have obsessive compulsive disorder, because even I do a little bit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's wrong. It's wrong. Excuse me. It's wrong to be overshadowed especially by people with egos. It's entertaining, but it's wrong. You gotta be more considerate, more compassionate. You have to at least show some level of respect, if not respect in general, to the person that is listening to you intently. If a person grew up like myself and made it a point to be a good listener, was taught respectfully how to be a good listener. Now, I'm not saying that that person should have an ego saying, pay attention to me because I'm awesome. That's not what I'm saying, because that would be counter-ego, wouldn't it? I don't think that's not right either. I don't think that that's quite explaining it very well, but I'm trying because it's more of a feeling. My whole entire life, I've always felt like I was on a back burner somewhere. I think most of that, I'd say about 75% of it, was probably my fault. And I'll further right here in front of you admit that, because I'm grown up now. When I was younger, I always made a really good victim. And I didn't own up to what I did wrong. Because I feel that I was the person to overshadow somebody else. But it takes a really smart, intuitive individual to really pick that out, saying, well, maybe I should change that about myself. This way there's no damage caused. Well, if there is damage caused, I mean, you can't cause any further damage because you realize your mistake. Mistakes. You should never be made to feel inadequate. Now, yeah, equality and all that BS, and and it's not BS, because equality is a real thing, and it should be. Excuse me a second. Yeah, baby. If you're on my Facebook, check out what I posted. It's a very top video. It's Mufasa. going to play the other version of it. I like this version personally. Speaks volumes. This is the one I have mainly on my Facebook. Anyway, you get the idea. But yeah, quality, that shouldn't be laughed at either. But what I'm saying is, if you were ever made to feel that you were this freaking big, I'm trying to watch my language. It's really hard to watch your language in subjects like these, isn't it? Because you want to be expressive. That's the exact same point I just made. You just want to share a feeling with somebody and have yourself be heard. I think that's what it's all about. Just have yourself be heard. Whether or not you're in a toxic relationship or in a toxic environment, it applies. It applies. If we just took our heads out of our asses for 2 seconds and listened to a person that... Because you don't know. You think you know, but you don't know who you're talking to on the other side of it. Maybe they have a troubled life. Maybe they have a lot of things that could snowball and crack at any minute. You don't know. So you have to show at least some level of respect. Some human decency would be nice. Just be nice. I'm not talking trash, man. I know what I'm talking about because, again, I always felt like I was the victim. And 25% of that time I was. I really was. I wasn't heard. I wasn't listened to. I'm the invisible man. I'll tell you, being on the receiving end of that, and I'm not trying to speak for any of you, but it sucks. Say you're at work and you take that home with you, and it's just going to snowball because it haunts the back of your head. I've talked about this before. Having things haunt the back of your brain. Those words just bounce around on the inside of your head and eat you alive. It's wrong, man. Golden rule, I think, would apply. Treat others as the way you want to be treated. It's not a hard concept to follow. Not that I'll get into it, but that golden rule's been around for, thousands of years. It's not a new concept. There's also common sense attached to that, by the way. We're all blessed with common sense. We all do have it. I know you're sitting back going, ooh, no, we all don't. Well, we all do. It's just a matter of using it. How does that go? Power corrupts. Absolutely. Sorry, that just popped into my head. Although I'm not sorry. It's relative. It's comparative. I think... Oh, I gotta stop saying I think. I feel that being in that position, yourself, being treated like dirt, like garbage, yourself, being held down, being overshadowed, not taken into consideration, you would think that the ones that have gone through that would know what not to do with somebody else. Now, there's the common sense argument. You have to use common sense. You don't know what the other person's been through. I mean, you might think you intimately know them, but you're not the fly on the wall all the time 24/7 with them. So you don't know what they're all about, really. I mean, who really does? You know what I mean? I'm not claiming I do, but I do listen intently, and I mean intently to the detail. I try to. I'm not putting myself over. I'm literally telling you I try to pay attention to detail and show respect to where it needs to do. It's not hurting me in any way to do that. It's not holding me back in any way to do that. And I've got characters around me in my life, some that I call family, that are pretty ambiguous. They're very, they're larger-than-life characters. You can't even write them in a skit. You couldn't even draw a cartoon and do a caricature of them, because that would undersell it. And these ambiguous characters need somebody there also to listen to them. I'm proud to do it. Totally proud to do it. Because I know the difference. Excuse me. Switching the music here. Nah, you know what, I'll just leave it off for now, I think. But there's a lot of things wrong with this world, obviously. We don't want to be the ones to add to it. And if you do want to be one of the ones to add to it, you're sadistic, my friend. You're supposed to love thy neighbor. I know I'm getting all like biblical now. I've always been, because I pay attention to detail. I'm not getting into it on here. I never will. It keeps you moral. It keeps you humble. More importantly, I believe in here and here that the experience that you've been through yourself, what you've been through yourself, demands and deserves respect. Demands and deserves respect. You need to be heard. Need to be. It's not a choice. I get it. There is a time and a place. I also get that too. But that's not what I mean. And you know what I mean. You're supposed to love each other. In any sense of the term of love, you're supposed to love each other. Just to be clear. Because I have to clarify. And I'm sure I'll be getting heat for this one too. But you know what? I don't care. I myself have been through too much. But these recent years, I've tried to be a better person. It is possible. Even I can do it. Even a monkey can do it. Me being the monkey. If you're ever made to feel small, I'm sorry. And if you feel like there's no hope, that you have nobody to turn to talk to, I'm right here. I'm right here. You know? And I'm proud of that. Because it's sharing love. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what I do. You know? Again, I know it sounds like I'm being the egotistical such and such, but I'm not. I'm not. Just trying to be a good dude. You know? I'm just trying to be a good brother. For those of you out there that can relate to what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. If you're still going through it now like I am, I'm desperately sorry. I wish there was something I could do to change that, but you can't change it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I think, dashboard confessional right here, I think I have to come to terms with that too for myself, you know, that it's always going to happen. You can't control anything. The human factor of control, forget about it. You know, you can't control everything, man. You have to like really dive into yourself to really realize and shake your own head and get your ass out of the fire to realize that you cannot control everything. Nor should you even try. You just gotta let it go. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. This is what leads, this is a small part of what leads to, you know, mental illnesses. This is what leads to people committing suicide. This, you know, which I don't agree with. Don't even get me started on that. Because I've lost a few. But, you know, this is what leads to, you know, I'll go right back to it, just mostly mental illness. I've been through mental illness. I still have some part of it, you know. That's why I'm such a weird dude. Say whatever you want to about me. I don't care. You're not the fly in the wall. So, I've been through the ringer a few times myself. And that's underselling it, of course. But it's not about just me, you know, here. It's about us. It's about you. Mental illness is not something to laugh at. It's not a joke. You're not a joke. You know, you were born for a purpose. You know, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what people treat you as, you're still a human being. You have feelings. You have thoughts. You're independent with your feelings and your thoughts. They're yours. They deserve to be respected. Mental illness happens to everybody. Yeah, even me. The initial part of what happened to me when I was younger was the same thing I'm talking about right here, right now, today, right here to you. I felt like I was being overshadowed. I felt like I wasn't being heard or listened to. I still do. I think it's different now, though, because I have proof of, like I grew up enough, sometimes too much, because I'm that uptight at times, and I can be a harsh guy. But I grew up enough that I know where to pick out where I'm right and wrong. And lately, good example, lately, I feel like I'm in the right. It's not because I'm right, it's because it's what's right. There's a different change in focus on where I put my thoughts and feelings and where I exert my energy now these days. Lack of a better term. I still feel like I'm being held back in some degree, not to the same thing as I was before. And, I still feel like I'm not being heard or listened to. And I always, invisible man, plain and simple. But then I have to realize that these people that are doing this to me have no clout. They have no stroke. They have no sense of depth perception. To even be a human being, that's harsh, but hey, it's true. So in that case, I just kind of look at that. I laugh a little bit. And believe me, I never thought I would before. I look at that, I shake my head. I'm not, because you don't want to upset them now, would you? It just makes it worse. I kind of laugh in the back of my head, and I'm thinking, okay, you're good at what you do. No. Egos, man. Egos. That's messed up. I don't know. I'm sharing that because hopefully that helps somebody, or hopefully I can touch base on how people really feel. Not because I'm saying it, but because that's what I talk about. You got to be real. At the end of the day, be real, especially to your reflection in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? It does pay off. Nice guys finish last and all the good cliche stuff, but that's actually true. That's applicable. That applies, man. Nice guys may finish last, but at least they're still nice. You know what I mean? Yeah. I hope it clears up. I hope things get better, especially for you and for me too. But I think I can handle more. I can put more on my plate now when it comes down to emotion and the egos and even my own. Because I'm not perfect. I've always said I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm trying to be real. Totally exposing myself here, but I don't really care. I think that's what this is for, isn't it? It's all relative, right? At least I hope it is. The iconic characters you put up with, it'll always happen. It will always, always happen. In closing, thanks for watching me so far. Thanks for watching me at all. Just know that I support humankind. I believe in love somebody else as you would love yourself. In a safe, non-egotistical, selfless way. To be clear, I'm clarifying. There you have it. Show love. We're all capable. We're all born with that choice. Food for thought. Pinky and Winky. Just wanted to share that, because it's really been weighing down on me pretty heavy lately. And it's not just because of me that has been weighing down. I've seen it happen to other people right around me. I've seen it physically. Where other people are belittling, King's English, other people, and it's disgusting. That is disgusting behavior. I won't put up with it. I will not put up with that. I don't care if you're with somebody. I don't care if you're with your friends. I don't care if you're with your own family. I don't care. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. You hear me? Unacceptable. Fix it. Listen to somebody. Don't pick on people. The stick or the cage. And if you're in a toxic environment, if you're in a toxic relationship, if you're in a lot of heat or dramatic BS with family, get out of it. Get out of it. Go now. Do it now. Don't do it then. Do it now. Because all you're doing is damaging yourself. And I, for one, speaking for myself, care about you. There are people there that do care about you on a genuine basis. I'm one of them. And I'm proud of it. It's not even the evil sense of pride. It's real. It's of the good. A few words to live by. I just thought I'd share that today. That's the subject I had in mind. It's been 5 days, so I figured, hey, I've got a Friday off. It's sunny outside. It's beautiful. I'm about to go step out and go have a couple at one of my watering holes at the old jungle. And I'll have one for you. Don't worry, I'm not going to get blasted. I'm just, sitting with family. I happen to know the staff there quite well. And the owner, too. Because I, for one, take myself out of a toxic sort of cesspool where you're sitting there melting by yourself. Those things that haunt the back of your head and they bounce around. I'm not going to let that get to me today. Also words to live by. I will not let that get to me today. I have to come to terms with myself, too, saying everything I've said on here, I have to reflect, because I wouldn't be real. I wouldn't be honest. And I can't have that, because that's also unacceptable. But it's good to be around the ones that you care about, and they in turn care about you too. I'm just putting that out there. If you have a spot where you can go, go. Do it. Smile. Enjoy the sunlight. I hope it's sunny where you are. Enjoy life. Never let anybody make you afraid. Never let anybody overshadow you. Stand up for yourself. You are worth it. And I'm doing this at the same time. Turning it back around on me. We're worth it. We are worth it. We won't be the invisible man or woman. We're worth it. Yeah. We are. Take that one to the bank. And hopefully I helped, because that's what I try to do. You wouldn't catch me dead doing this 20 years ago. That's for sure. And I'm proud. That made me feel better. Thank you. Thank you for always watching. Thanks for listening. If I've never said that more importantly before, thank you for listening to me. If you know somebody that's going through basically what we've been talking about here, share this video to them. No, I'm not about the numbers. I'm just saying, if I can help, I will. That being said, some of the weight just got lifted. I go through stuff too, man. I go through it too. We're in this together. That's what this is all for. That's what this channel is about. Let's go have fun. Let's go change the motion. Let's go change our mentality to something positive. Because we can. We can. Cheers to you. Yeah, baby. And remember, if you're working too hard, you're doing it wrong. Everybody's favorite good guy / bad guy. Gotta play both roles, I guess. Devil's advocate, maybe? Superman. Superman. Kind of a big deal. Kind of. Using my power for good. So, just to clarify. I'm thinking about you all out there. Even some of my close friends that are on YouTube with me, I'm thinking about you too. You know who you are. And I love you. Thank you guys ever so much for supporting me, for listening to me, for watching me be all goofy, for, everything. I can't thank you enough. And I won't. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. Out.